There are two technologies that have not yet been developed that I think are really interesting that involve assisted reproduction. One is in vitro gametogenesis, which is a fancy Latin term for making eggs and sperm from skin cells. In my first book, The End of Sex, I said this is going to happen and laid out what I thought some of the implications are. That was published 9 years ago. We're not yet as far along as I had expected us to be, but progress is being made. And I do think that within the next 10 to 20 years, people will be able to make eggs and sperm. This will be enormously popular among the couples that can't have babies because one of them doesn't make sperm, or one of them doesn't make eggs, or one of them has eggs, but the eggs are too old and they don't work anymore. And so I think that will lead to it being widely adopted. However, once you can use it for that, it could, say, transform in vitro fertilization. Right now, the hardest part of in vitro fertilization is egg harvest, which is expensive and unpleasant and sometimes risky. If instead you just take a tiny little patch of skin and are able to turn that into eggs, IVF becomes a lot easier. And how many eggs do you get? Well, normally with egg harvest, you get 10 or 20, something like that, depending in part on how old the woman is. If you're making them from skin cells, you can get hundreds, thousands, millions, as many as you want. So that's a technology to watch. And it's beginning to get attention.